Welcome, everybody, to this special Zoom training this afternoon on private money. I'm so excited about this session because we're actually going to be sharing actual deal stories. In other words, actual real deals that some of our mastermind members and Crystal Baker herself have done, and we're going to be breaking these down. We're going to be talking about where these deals came from, how we found these deals, and we're going to be breaking down the numbers. All right, let's dig into these real deals, real numbers, real private money. And so, if you're not driving and you're sitting there at your desk, I want you to start taking notes as to the specifics of these deals, i.e., how much it was purchased for each deal, the amount of private money borrowed. I want you to take note what percentage of the after repaired value of private money was borrowed on these deals, what's the exit strategy, and all that kind of good stuff. So I reached my hand into the black magic hat, and whose name did I pull out first? Yes, Erica. You won the draw right there to go first, Erica. So, Erica, if you would introduce yourself, where you are, just a little thumbnail quick.
Yep. So in 2008, Eric started, we got serious. We decided to get married. So Eric decided to take his house and turn it into a rental. We kept that for years. In about 2018, we decided that we're going to get into real estate again. Eric was doing it all by himself. And then we met Jay in 2020, where I decided that if we want to make this more than a hobby, it's going to take me helping him to get stuff done. So I joined the team in 2020, and we've been here for 4 years with Jay. Started off doing terms deals, and when we met Jay, that missing piece of private lending got us into the flipping business.
Awesome. So yeah, we've been in each other worlds now for 4 years, as of I think this past October. All right, Erica, I've got my pen ready. Everybody else has got their pen ready. Tell us about your deal.
All right, so we have a deal that we bought down on the coast of Mississippi. The seller inherited this house from her parents who passed away. She lived out of state. The lady who was selling the house did have rentals, but because she was in a different state, she decided not to keep this house as a rental. She was
So
asking.
the motivation. So that's another everybody. That's another important piece on learning lessons, and that is what is the motivation of these sellers, right? Crystal Baker says it all the time. You got to meet them where they are. So I'm hearing at least two motivations here, Erica. Help me out. One motivation I'm hearing is inherited. So
Yep.
it was an inherited property. Another motivation that I'm hearing is out of state owner, right? Another
Yep.
motivation. Any other motivations? I mean, was the property in disrepair or no?
No, it's actually in pretty good shape.
All right. So, okay. So, not that much repair. We'll hear those numbers in a moment. FJ's asking, do you have on record how you found the deal?
This was a paper lead.
A paperly, so like Google?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
A
Awesome.
Google
So,
service, yeah.
right. So, a Google paper lead. All right. Excellent. Go ahead.
All right. She was asking 135,000. Um, it had an ARV of 166.
I'm sorry. How much was the ARV?
166. 166,000.
Okay.
We wound up buying the house for 96,000.
Wait a minute now. How did you get her from 135 to 96?
Hey, we used our formula, and she understood. And I guess because the house was free and clear, 96,000 is almost as much as 135, right?
It is in my book.
Yep. So we bought the house for 96. This was just a little bit of cosmetic. So we were thinking it was going to take about 10 to 15,000 in repairs, but we decided to budget for 20,000 with Murphy.
Have you rehabbed it yet and you know the actual, or are you in the midst of it?
It is 15, I think. We're in
Okay.
the middle of it, finishing up on it, but I'm pretty sure Eric told me it was 15 before he left.
Okay. So you budgeted 20, and that's important to know, folks, because you're budgeting 20, it's because of the budget figure that you're going to use to calculate your maximum allowable offer when you're paying all cash. So you got a budget of 20, so you use that in order to calculate your offer, but your actual repairs are 15K. All right, go ahead.
We borrowed 125,000.
Borrowed 125. Okay, folks, so let's drill down on that. Erica and Banjo borrowed 125,000. So Erica, share with everybody what would be the maximum that you would borrow and how would you calculate that?
So we do that by taking our ARV, our after repaired value, and then we're going to multiply that in this case by 75%, which got us the 125 that we borrowed.
All right, so you borrowed 75%. Hope y'all are taking notes. You borrowed 75% of the after repaired value, which is the maximum. So 125,000 is 75% of 166. So you borrowed the max. Okay, go ahead.
Yep. Let's see what else we need to know. Oh, so the private lender, we had this one. This was our first private lender. As time goes on, he just continues to re-up how much he's pledged. So this time we called him up and said, hey, we have another house. Are you interested in funding it? And so we were able to get money through him that way.
Okay, so this is a private lender you've been using for, you might as well say 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Got you. Okay.
And then it should be listed next week for 185.
Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. The after repaired value is 166 and you're listing it for 185.
Yep.
Why is that?
Well, when we ask for an ARV from our realtors, we ask for a conservative ARV. We want to know that we can sell it for 166, but whenever we go to list it, we always list it higher.
So there's a writer downer. You always list for more than your realtor's telling you it will appraise for. Rehab house that I'm doing, just put it on the market 2 weeks ago. My realtor told me it would appraise for $250,000 and I should list it for $250,000. I listed it for $295,000, $45,000 more than what my realtor recommended. And I'm always going for the cash buyer. I don't care what it will appraise for initially. I had 8 showings in 24 hours of it going active. Went under contract for $285,000, and they're putting 50% down. So there's your case in point, Erica. Always list for more than anticipated. So you think you'll sell it for 185?
I do. Yep.
All right. Well, let's run those numbers. If you sell it, so I want y'all to follow this on the net. Have you already got the net profit or projected profit figured out, Erica?
No.
Okay. Well, let's run the numbers. So I want y'all to write down all these numbers. Okay. To figure your net profit, here we go. You've got a sale. Let's say it sells for 185,000. So it's going to sell for 185. We're going to subtract from that. Crystal, do you mind putting in this math so I don't have to?
Sure.
So we got 185,000. We're going to subtract from that the purchase price of $96,000. And then we're going to subtract from that actual repairs of $15,000. And then let's see here. You got your purchase, you got the rehab, and subtract from that. Well, let's go. Tell me what we got so far. Purchase
74,000 once we take away the purchase price and the rehab.
All right.
So realtor commissions we would have to figure out.
Yep. So what percentage do you pay in your realtor, Erica?
5%.
So you're paying almost $10,000. So you're paying, what is that? 185.
I'm doing it right now. Sorry, I was already.
9250.
Yep.
Subtract 9250. And how long will you have had this, Erica, from start to finish?
Let's see. We bought this house in October.
And so you should have it going in what, 2 more months?
Yep.
So 2 more months, October, November, December, January, February. Let's just call it 6 months worth of private money carrying cost. So you borrowed
125.
125
Well, 833 a month
divided
times 6.
by 12. Yep.
So right around 5,000 for the.
Yep. So subtract 5,000 for private lender interest. What would you estimate carrying costs, taxes, insurance? Give or take.
I have no idea. Let's
Well,
go.
I mean, taxes on that house out there in Mississippi, is taxes 1,000 a year?
Yeah, it's not much at all. Maybe 1,500.
Okay. Right. So you're talking, call it $750 for taxes. Subtract. Your insurance on that house is what? Maybe 1,500, 2,000 a year?
Let's go with 3,000.
Okay, so subtract 1,500, Crystal. So we should take 74,000 minus 9,250 minus 5,000 minus 750 minus 1,500, and that gives us a net of what, Crystal?
I have 57.5.
I like that. So you see, y'all, how this is not HGTV. HGTV would tell you they made $74,000 on this house, but you've got to subtract realtor fees, carrying costs, private lender interest, taxes, insurance, 57.5. Erica, any takeaway on this before we go to the next one?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Anybody got a quick question for Erica on this deal? I mean, there's quite a few takeaways here if you're brand new to private money. Again, the maximum you're going to borrow is 75% of the after repaired value. And hey, let's run what the maximum allowable offer was, okay? The Mayo. So the maximum allowable offer, let's see how good you did, Erica. You take the ARV. So here's the maximum allowable offer formula, folks. You take the ARV of 166,000, the after repaired value, and you're going to multiply that times 70%. That's 116,200. And you're going to subtract from that repairs, which you budgeted 20,000, it's actually 15. So Mayo is 96,200 and you bought it for 96. So you bought right on the Mayo formula. Excellent. So y'all see how she came up with the maximum purchase price, right? That was after repaired value times 70%, less a budgeted repairs of 20,000, maximum offer 96,200. All right, Erica, we're going to give you the very sophisticated golf club PMA Zoom membership clap right there. Way to go, Erica. Thank you for sharing. An amazing deal.